mute your microphones except for the Loonies. So Loonies, you can stay unmuted. And then we'll go ahead and, like I said, for the next few minutes, we're going to give you a sort of a little sample performance, and there might be some interaction. So just be sure and follow directions. Okay, Loonies, girls, are you ready?
Ready.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Very.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. We are the Looney Lutherans, wacky, crazy Lutherans.
We serve Jello on the side, make our hot dishes with pride.
We're the Looney Lutherans. Now let's start the show. Amen.
So hello, everybody. Indeed, we are the Looney Lutherans. I am Lois Jensen.
And I am Ginger Johnson.
And I'm Bella Anderson, Italian by birth, Lutheran by marriage.
Yeah. And we are so thrilled that you are all joining us here today via Zoom so that we can give you sort of an idea of what it's like to spend some time with the Looney Lutherans. And what we have done is we have put together some tips so that using items from your very own home, you can have a healthy body,
a healthy mind,
and a healthy heart.
The Lutheran way. But of course, you don't have to be Lutheran for any of our tips to work for you. But just out of curiosity, do we have any Lutherans in the house today? Woohoo! Like you said, you don't have to be Lutheran, but you do have to be alert and aware, because we're going to be throwing these tips at you. And by now it's 10 o'clock. Some of you are on your second cup of decaf. We want to make sure that everybody is alert and ready for all of our tips. So we're going to do some simple warm-ups for you, and you can just leave you can turn off your video if you feel like you're embarrassed, but please, it's fun for us to watch you. But you can stay muted, but Ginger is first going to lead us in some vocal warm-ups. Okay, so Ginger, go ahead.
How about everybody give me a little ooh?
Ooh.
You sound like a lovely Lutheran choir.
Thank you.
You know, how about we add some arms with that? How about a little ooh? Oh, thanks for cooling off my hot flash. You know what? I think we can get even louder and higher. How about a little woo?
Yeah, okay, so everybody just roll your shoulders backwards. Here we go. And then roll them forwards. Excellent.
Feels good.
Good, and now just take one arm and reach it way up high, and let's do the other arm.
Wonderful.
Good, and now let's go back to that first side. Everybody just wiggle your hand way up high, and now everybody all at the same time yell, pick me, pick me.
We're going to combine that vocal warm-up with our physical warm-up, and we're going to sing a song called My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. And again, you can sing this from the privacy of your own home. Now, there are 2 levels to this. One is every time we sing a B word, you can either raise your arms or lower them, or for an extra challenge, every time we sing a B word, you're either going to stand up or sit down. So you choose the level of difficulty. Okay, so sing along with me quietly in your own homes. Ready? So listen for those B words. Here we go. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Very good. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. It's about to get tricky, so bring back my Bonnie to me. I can see you. I saw Sherry and Jerry participating. So yes, they did. I'd give them a nice solid B. So we're going to start with some wonderful food tips. So we turn to our resident food expert, Ginger Johnson.
Yes, my name is Ginger Johnson, and oh, I love food. Yeah, I love food so much. I married a man named Herb. Now, when some of us were growing up, they had something called the 4 food groups. Then they got very fancy, and they developed something called the food pyramid. But we, as the Looney Lutherans, didn't quite agree with this concept, so we came up with our very own organizational chart called the Lutheran Food Circle. Now, as you can see at the top of the Lutheran Food Circle, we have meat. Now, that would consist of hamburger, Spam, and for the Catholics, fish sticks. Over here in your fruits and veggies, now that would be your can of corn, your can of peas, and your can of fruit cocktail. Over here in dairy, now that would be your cream of mushroom soup, your cream of celery soup, and your Velveeta. Over here in grains and breads, now that would be your ever famous elbow macaroni, your Wonder Bread, and for the Germans, beer. And over here in dessert, we have just one thing, bars. And as you can see, all roads lead to hot dish. Because hot dish is the world's perfect food. You take an empty casserole dish. Yeah, you put in some elbow macaroni noodles, some ground beef, a can of peas. You cover it with a binding agent, that cream of mushroom soup, or cream of celery, or cream of wheat. And then you throw it in a moderate oven till it smells. And you've got yourself the world's perfect food.
So now, of course, we need to have some tips on exercise. And so we turn to our resident exercise guru, Bella Anderson.
Oh, yes. Hello there. I am Bella Anderson, Italian by birth, Lutheran by marriage. And I am the owner, operator, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, maintenance engineer, personal trainer, and client at the downtown Hopkins, Minnesota Curves. And I am here to teach you how to get your exercise in every day the Lutheran way by using things you find in your very own home. So let's say that you need to do some strength training, some bicep curls. Well, here's what you do. You go to your pantry, you open it with a nice big stretch, and then you get out a couple of cans of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, and you do your bicep curls. Ooh, and for all you Catholics out there, you just go straight for the family size. Now, some of us may have what are known as bat wings. Now, summer is still upon us. We want to take care of those bat wings, and I have got an exercise that's going to do this really quickly. So here's what you do. You grab the family size can of cream of mushroom soup, and you take a stance like this, and you do a motion like this, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to exercise your hamstrings. All right, and now you want to do the other side. Now, what I love about this exercise is it has instant results. Huh? Good. Okay, now we're going to move on to another part of exercise, and that is flexibility. Now, what better way to remain flexible than by doing what's all the rage these days? Yoga. Okay, this one is called downward dog. Ooh, some of you might not be able to see that. Let's see. Let me go. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. Downward facing dog. Okay, and this is downward facing dog at a fire hydrant. Okay. Woofda. Oh, excuse me, I have to fix my hair. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much there. So that wonderful tips. So again, what we're doing now is we're just giving you a sample of some of the different elements of our program. We can perform anywhere from 30 minutes to a 2-act show with intermission. But after all that healthy eating and the exercise and things, of course, you've been watching us and you're probably thinking, you gals are gorgeous. Do you have any beauty tips? Well, as a matter of fact, we do. And so we have a whole portion of our program that we call Sexy Lutheran. And don't worry, it's going to get easier to hear those two words together in one sentence. So let's say you get up in the morning and you haven't done a thing with your hair. Not to panic. Everything you need is just right here in your kitchen. So you're just you can get a little exercise. Bella would be so proud of you if you just march on over to your utensil area and grab yourself your handy dandy carving fork, and you can give yourself a little fluff. Yeah, you don't need no beauty parlor. Doesn't matter to you that you can't go out to the beauty school when you have everything you need right there in your kitchen. And look at that. Now I am a sexy Lutheran. Now, for any fellas in your life who don't have quite so much hair on top, they can just grab their handy dandy dish towel, give themselves a little wipe, and they're good to go. This is our favorite beauty tip you find right in your own kitchen. And that's the handy dandy Crisco, right? Get yourself a big old slather of Crisco. You rub it on your hand and your arm all the way up to that newly exfoliated elbow. You stick your arm in a Wonder Bread bag here, a little duct tape around the elbow. Wake up in the morning, you won't even recognize your own arm, huh? Delicious. So we want to be sure that we have a chance to chat with you too, to see if any of you have any questions, because it's 10:22. And but I also want to just show you what it's like when eventually we can all get together again. What is it like to actually be in a Looney Lutherans performance? And what is it like when the Looney Lutherans can actually sing together and use music and things? So that was a little segment from the show Youngish at Heart that we did at the Ames Center back in August last year. It seems like 100 years ago, doesn't it? But it's, so we can do these full shows, a 2-act show with intermission, or as we have mentioned to you, we've been doing some of these smaller shows on Zoom. And so we have figured out a way to do some audience interaction and to play a game show where the prize are cans of corn. We give away virtual cans of corn. So it's trickier for us to sing together, but we have managed to do some problem solving so that we can each sort of do our own thing. So we're finding ways to take advantage of the technology. There are some fun things we can do, like you can get a real nice close-up of Bella's arm jiggling. So there are some great perks to having this technology, but again, it has its own drawbacks, but we've been figuring out ways to do that. But as we mentioned, we've also been doing outdoor shows. You maybe saw the photo. We're wearing pool noodles to keep ourselves socially distanced. And we're always willing to work with a client to figure out what works best for them in terms of how they want to keep their people safe. So if Zoom works best for them, or if socially distancing works best for them, and being really flexible on scheduling, because we don't know how things are going to be working out in the future. So again,
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you charge then for a Zoom performance? How do you do that?
A couple things. We can come up with a sort of our fee that is covered by you and the organization that you represent. And then you guys can charge however you want to charge, because if this is something that somebody wants to provide free for their people, for example, then that would be something they would just hire us as they would do in a normal event, where they would hire us, they would pay our fee, and then they're providing the Zoom link or whatever it is free to their people. If this is something that you want to have fee-based for your people, then that's, we're figuring out ways to handle that as well. So how you can charge for that. And one way is that if somebody, for example, it was collecting a fee based for their clients, then, or their customers, and then that Zoom link would come sort of as a ticket price kind of thing. So there are a lot of different ways to navigate that, and everybody's circumstance is different. So we're sort of sorting that out as well. It's a lot to take in, but if you can remember anything, we do hope you can remember this one thing. Lutherans in the house. I get up in the morning, out of bed I stumble. That's about the time my tummy starts to rumble. I'll just have coffee and a Slim Fast shake. I gotta lose some pounds and I'm half awake.
Made my husband dinner just the other night. I dished up a hot just that tasted all right. He said to me, hey, how about dessert? Some chocolate chip ice cream. What good it hurt? I said to him, but your cholesterol, ice cream's not a healthy choice at all.
Hey, eat. like a Lutheran. Eat like a Lutheran. Eh, eh, eh.
So thank you, everybody. My name is Greta Grosh.
And I'm Dorian Chalmers.
And I'm Robbie Manchina.
And we are so thrilled that you took a little time to visit with us today. So like we said, this is just sort of a sample of some of what we do when we're the Looney Lutherans. Contact us directly if you have any more questions, and good luck at school for those of you going back to school. So in the meantime, don't forget, a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. We are the Looney Lutherans, sometimes goofy Lutherans.
We serve Jello on the side, make our hot dishes with pride.
We're the Looney Lutherans, and that was our show. Amen.
Thank you, everybody. Have a really great day. We'll talk to you later.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.